Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel and the Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. And after the amazingness of the Thunderbolts and what looks like to be the most amazingness of the Fantastic Four movie, the TV show Ironheart is having a lot of people be a little bit concerned. Because like, what if it sucks, you know? And since we're on the topic of Ironheart, I think it's important that I tell you guys that the Ironheart trailers are out. So the Marvel's Television Ironheart official trailer, Disney Plus, and the Marvel's Television Ironheart official trailer to Disney Plus are both out, and I'm gonna be watching them both in this video, breaking it down a little bit and seeing what's going on. So let's get straight into it. And also, I just wanted you guys to know I have not seen either of these yet, so I always blind react to everything. Just making that clear, okay? Because I've had some comments. You know who you are. Yo, Ryan Coogler, we love him.
Hello? For real?
Welcome, Riri.
Oh, is that a bomb?
Minutes. The air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Oh, what is this?
Your interview. You'll
That's rude.
die unless you break into the device on the floor, where you will find a gas mask. Good luck.
Screw this.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius.
That's what's up.
So you in or out?
What? That's the dude from the Transformers movie.
Waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
You are not the first genius at MIT.
How come you're not working at one of those fancy tech firms?
After my internship abroad, I want to build something undeniable, something
Important?
Ironheart.
iconic.
It's a brand new.
Okay.
I can give you the tools.
Oh wait, this comes out soon.
But anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
Did bro fade into existence just now?
Has had to do some questionable things to get it done. What will you do, Riri?
You've bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew. I could chew a lot.
That looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool.
You know nothing about this.
Who was that?
You're gonna end up dead or in jail.
This is so much bigger than that.
What? Hold on.
This is wild. A shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady. Would a shady bunker have that on the wall?
It's
Yes.
literally above a crate of self-guided missiles.
I'm returning those.
I'm returning those is crazy. Okay, wait, so before I watch the second one, who is Transformers, bro? Number one. And number two, I like how her suit's kind of Hulkbustery. I hope that they make it slender like in the comics eventually, like when she gets really good at making the suit. She'll probably get a nanotech iteration eventually. But that looks pretty cool. That looks fun. It looks very similar to a lot of the shows that we've already gotten, so it's not going to be anything super fresh, but that's totally fine. It looks like basically just like the same vibe as the Black Panther movies, which is what we should expect because it's by Ryan Coogler. All right, next movie or trailer.
My stepdad used to say the best way to know a thing is to take it apart. Put it back together.
I love how they're just glazing Ryan Coogler.
And you can see what it's really made of.
You should take your dad's advice. Break yourself down.
Who is bro?
See what you're made of.
Here goes nothing. If I'm gonna protect people, I gotta start thinking outside the box.
Hold up.
Out of all the things you could have built
Magic?
with that big brain of yours, why this?
Because I have to.
Might be a hero in there after all.
Riri, time to wake up.
Love,
What are you?
your greatest creation yet.
Who the hell else would it be, bitch?
Okay, so that last character is obviously like her version of Jarvis. And why did she put dark magic into her flippin' Iron Man suit? That's illegal. Iron Man's supposed to only be technology, and that's like the whole point of him being super smart. Does Ironheart ever use magic in the comics? Okay, I'm gonna look up the Ironheart cast. Let's see. Hold up, pause. Sacha Baron Cohen is Mephisto? Hold on. Wait, that is such a good casting. Wait. No, I actually love that casting for Mephisto. If you guys don't know, Mephisto is basically just Marvel the devil. You know what would be really cool is if Pepper Potts made an appearance in Ironheart. Okay, so there's no official images. I kind of like that mock-up though. That's pretty cool. He'll be cool as Mephisto. I definitely like that. I just don't know how they're gonna integrate dark magic into her suit. What if Mephisto is the next villain for the third Black Panther? In the comics, Riri is joined by an AI of Tony Stark during her early adventures and later replaces him with Natalie, an AI that takes form of Riri's childhood friend Natalie Washington, who was killed in a drive-by. There will be no AI Iron Man and Ironheart, so we're skipping straight to Natalie. I understand getting, okay. I understand why they didn't do AI Iron Man. I was looking forward to that. But because they're bringing him, if they weren't bringing him back for Doctor Doom, I feel like they would have. But since they didn't, I believe that's because he's coming back as Doctor Doom. I also heard rumors that he's only going to be a variant and the actual permanent Doctor Doom is going to be like Cillian Murphy, which would be really, really cool. Robert Downey Jr. and I spoke just after we wrapped, and he shared some very lovely words about my journey, Dominic Thorne recently revealed. He told me how excited he was that he's rooting for it too. I literally got 2 thumbs up and really reassured to know that you're not embarrassing Iron Man. Ironheart looks good, though it does somewhat feel like a Marvel Television is looking to get the show over and done with thanks to the unappreciated 3-episode premiere for the 6-part series. Really? They're just releasing 3 episodes like that? I mean, that's cool to watch, but... Set after the events of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Marvel's television Ironheart pits technology against magic when Riri Williams, a young genius inventor, is determined to take her mark on the world and returns to her hometown of Chicago. Her unique take on building Iron Man's suit is brilliant, but in pursuit of her ambitions, she finds herself wrapped up with a mysterious yet charming Parker Robbins, aka The Hood. So let's look up Parker Robbins. The Hood. Parker Robbins was an unscrupulous man involved with low-level crime activities as a child. He had always been enticed by the glamorous life of a supervillain. One of his inspirations, for instance, was the costumed criminal Electro. With a mother in need of constant medical care, he dropped out of high school to steal money to give her care, constantly lying up to her about leading a decent life. He had a companion in the form of his cousin John King, who also flirted with crime. So he's going to be a criminal. Due to his participation in the fight against the Skrulls, the Hood was invented by Osborn to compose a cable in which different influential members of the Solidarity and the resources accomplished. So I want to know how he's connected to Mephisto, Ghost Rider. Parker somehow managed to escape back to Earth and wait a second. The Hood was Ghost Rider at one point, so that would be an interesting thing, is if the Hood was the first person to have the Ghost Rider mantle in the MCU, and then it got passed to the new Ghost Rider that they're going to put in the MCU. That would be an interesting way to use the Hood. The Hood managed to escape hell and get back to his gang named Death Watch. Again, wanting to regain power, he approached the blank blank blah 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 occult blah 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 blah. The werewolf. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Searching for pieces of Chthon around the world. They learned that Jack Russell, the werewolf by night, carried a bit of Chthon's essence since the werewolves were created through the Darkhold. They only managed to claim the... Okay, so they can connect the Hood with Werewolf by Night. So if they don't kill him off, he will probably be used in the future with Werewolf by Night. He's connected to Ghost Rider, which is probably how he's connected to Mephisto, because in the trailer we can see he's kind of being absorbed by something. We don't know what, but it causes like red veins around his body, so it's possible that's Mephisto's control. It's possible that that is the Ghost Rider. I don't know. We'll have to see. The series also stars Lyric Ross, Aldridge, blah blah blah, and Reagan Rhythm, Manny Mala, Matthew Mecca. Ironheart's first 3-episode premiere on Disney Plus on June 24th, 2025. Pretty cool. So she's integrating her suit with magic. Presumably, I'm just gonna guess because I actually have no idea. I'm just going to guess that it is from her learning that the Hood has magic, and then she is able to somehow integrate his magic with her suit. Maybe that's how she fights Mephisto at the end, or maybe Mephisto is just the background character, and this is just the introduction to Mephisto. Similar to, I guess, how in Guardians of the Galaxy, Thanos was in the background, kind of controlling Ronan, and Thanos had that whole scene talking to Ronan, but Thanos wasn't actually the big bad. It was just introducing a bigger bad into the MCU. So it's possible that that's what they're doing. But again, I don't know. I'm just kind of making a YouTube video, so I'm talking, you know? I have not been so happy with the casting in a long time. But I really like Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto. My only fear is that... Well, is that Lobo? Marvel's Mephisto looks like Lobo in Ironheart. Wait a second. Was that... Is that a photo of Mephisto? Leaked first look at Mephisto. If he isn't red, I am actually going to be upset about that. Why is she summoning Mephisto to put into her suit? Like, what's the deal with that? I don't understand the context behind that. It doesn't make sense. Oh my gosh. The comments are right. That's young Han Solo, guys.
You're made it.
Why is he acting again? That's not what I meant. I'm reverting to YouTube to try to find some Mephisto stuff because I'm like, so I want to know what's going on with Mephisto. Oh, I also wonder how it's gonna go with whatever happened in the Daredevil Born Again. I wonder if Daredevil Born Again is gonna have any effect on Ironheart. So here's some final thoughts while I wrap up the video. I am always late to trailer reactions. I knew the Ironheart thing was coming up in June, and it's literally June 10th, and the second trailer was posted yesterday. The show releases 13 days from today, which is June 10th. They have never, the MCU has never actually released something so close to its release date, like release trailers so close to its release date. They'll do teasers, maybe a Super Bowl commercial like they did for the Fantastic Four, but still the Fantastic Four comes out in July, and they stopped releasing trailers like almost a month ago. So another thing that I noticed is that they are releasing the first 3 episodes on June 23rd, and then June 30th they're releasing the next 3. This is a 6-part series, so they are taking 2 weeks to release them. So either one of two things. One, they're just trying to get this show out of the way. They're just releasing it as fast as they can. What I think there's a lot of speculation about why they're doing that. It could be because it's a bad show. It could be because they're just using it as a step stool to set up things, not necessarily to build on Ironheart's character, make her a really well-written character or a character that we can connect with, but more just to get things moving, get that ball for her character and any characters that they introduce rolling. Or it's because of all of the scheduling things that have been going on with the MCU and how the Fantastic Four was pushed back, but the Ironheart show still has the same release date, so they're just releasing it really quickly, that way it doesn't overlap with the release of the Fantastic Four. That is more likely what's happening. The introduction of the Hood seems like a very interesting choice. He can be used very, 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 very well to kind of set up a lot of things. I feel like the Ironheart show is not going to be for Ironheart. I feel like the Ironheart show is going to more be setting things up. Similar to Miss Marvel, how Marvel kind of gave us the origin for the Miss Marvel character and then set up Captain Marvel 2. I feel like the Ironheart show is going to end up doing that, except we got an Ironheart origin story in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And so this show is not serving as a origin story. This show is serving as a solidification of the character and their moral rights and who they are, like, you know, just building their character a little bit more so that next time we see them, most likely in either Avengers, Doomsday, or Avengers Secret Wars, their character has been built on a little bit more. That way we can relate to the character more and they don't have to do much explaining for the character. And with the Hood's whole shtick is making deals with demons and dark lords so that he can gain power, so he can be a better thief. So he does it first with Dormammu, which we've seen in the MCU, but Dormammu is criminally underused in the MCU, which hopefully will get changed in Doctor Strange 3, or Mephisto, which Mephisto is actually in the cast, which means that the Hood will do any deals with Mephisto. That the vein thing that's happening to him is most likely the curse of Mephisto that happens whenever you make a deal with Mephisto, so that's probably what that is. And then they just have a bunch of the other side characters and things. So I honestly don't know what they're going to do with the show. I am interested to see. I am excited for Ironheart. I'm not a huge Ironheart fan. I never really have been, but I am a Marvel sucker. You know, I am honest when projects are bad, but I watch them no matter what. Like, I watched Agatha All Along, and Agatha All Along was pretty okay. The writing in it was surprisingly good, and it was a fun show to watch. It just wasn't any kind of groundbreaking. Like, for Star Wars, I watched Acolyte. I regret watching Acolyte, but I watched it anyway, just because these companies are putting out products and we're gonna I watch them so I can form my own opinions and stuff. But then when the product turns out to be bad, I've watched it and I've made the money. So I'm excited for Ironheart. I am kind of nervous and also curious for what they're going to do with the show, simply because there's like Ironheart makes sense in the MCU the way they're going, just with building a new Avengers team, but at the same time, the way they are handling the character is so set apart, because the core of Ironheart's character is Tony Stark and Iron Man. That is the core, and they are just taking that Tony Stark aspect out of Ironheart's story because they don't want to use Robert Downey Jr. because they're saving him for Doctor Doom. And they did that for Spider-Man Far From Home and Spider-Man No Way Home, with Peter Parker coping with the fact that Iron Man died, and that was beautifully done. And I feel like they should be doing that for Riri Williams, because then Peter Parker and Riri Williams can have that kind of connection through the death of Tony Stark, and they're just completely avoiding that. It seems like they're just ignoring that. They touched on it very, very slightly in Wakanda Forever, but not to the extent that the comics do, and not to the extent that we all know that they could be. So that is something that I am concerned about, is that balance between who the Ironheart character is and who the Ironheart character is in the MCU, and what they're using her for, because they need an Iron Man suit, and they chose to give the Iron Man suit to Ironheart. They could have done Iron Lad with the kid from Iron Man 3. They could have done multiple different people. They could have focused more on War Machine instead of, you know, completely nerfing War Machine in the Secret Invasion TV show, which we don't even talk about. I have to continually recall that show from my brain because I watched that one too, and it was fun, but it basically served no purpose. Besides making everybody think that Rhodey has been a Skrull since Civil War, which means he doesn't know that Tony Stark died, which I don't remember if I mentioned in a video or not. I think I might have, but I was so mad. But he has been later confirmed that it happened after Endgame, so that's okay, and everything's fine. But yeah, I'm excited for Ironheart. It comes out in 13 days as of the recording of this video, which is June 10th, and if it's great, then we're getting a TV show in 2 weeks, which is fantastic. If it sucks, it makes sense because they're releasing it in 2 weeks. I really just feel like the release dates are because Fantastic Four is just around the corner, and if they were to do one episode every single week, it would take 6 weeks, which would overlap with Fantastic Four. So I think that's why. I play a game called Marvel Future Fight, and Mephisto hopefully will get a uniform at that because of this show, and that's cool. So I am excited for all the video games and stuff that will get updates with costumes and uniforms from this show. So that is something that I look forward to with all these Marvel projects. Even if the TV show sucks, I look forward to the updates in video games, just to be completely honest with you guys. So that is something that I'm silently looking forward to. I think I've played that game on this channel before live streaming. I'm probably going to do some content on that live streaming sometime in the future, but I have no idea when. I have no time to live stream anymore. But yeah, those are my thoughts and those are the trailers, so thank you for choosing to watch this video. Please like and subscribe if you want already, and go ahead and hit that notification bell if you're so kind, so you know when I am super cool and I post a video. Have an amazing rest of your day or night, depending on when you're watching this. Thank you to Off-Brand Andrew for being a member of my YouTube channel. I love every single one of you guys individually and as a team. Peace out.